Foz for Seconds Out with Dave Allen. A very trim looking Dave Allen, how are we?
What these? How you going? I'm alright, mate. I'm very well. I'm slim, I'm fit, I'm sharp, I'm feeling really good about myself tonight. I'm really excited about this fight.
So we beat Lucas Brown, and now we've got our mate Pricey. July the 20th, the O2 Arena. Give us your thoughts.
I'm really excited about David Price. He's an Olympic medalist, not just an Olympian. He's not just a normal Olympian. He's got a medal as well from when he went there. And you know, when he was at the Olympics, I was still at school. And when he was coming through the next big thing, the next Klitschko, I'd never laced a pair of gloves when he turned pro. His first 45 pro fights, never even boxed, I've never even missed the gym. So, you know, the task at hand is one that is experience. You know, the most important thing he has over me is experience. Obviously, he's got height and reach. I don't always. They're not an advantage. They can work as a disadvantage if I do the correct things, and I can use my lack of height or less height as an advantage. So, he's got experience over me, and he probably has the power edge. So, but now I'm fit. Instead of going in there trying to just survive and, you know, wait for that big right hand or whatever, I can think about things. And me and Darren's got me thinking about boxing in a totally different manner. Very confident about it. It's an honour to share a ring with David Price. I was a massive fan. You know, I'm really excited by it. I'm really excited to chief support another pay-per-view at the O2. First and
Happy Della pay-per-view.
Yeah, you know, it's fantastic. Yeah, I'm really excited, but I genuinely will win that fight. I will win that fight. David Price is on the slide. I ain't going to sit here and stand. I'm stood. I'm not going to stand here and say that, you know, he is what he was. He's not, but he's still dangerous, and it's still a very good win if I can beat him.
You mentioned the power factor. Is that something you're wary of going into the fight?
No, never wary. Power's the last thing I'm wary of, because. And people say you can take a good shot, but people don't realise I'm very good defensively, I'm very cute. I've sparred the best heavyweights in my generation: Klitschko, Fury, Joshua, Dylan White, Chisora. I've sparred every heavyweight you can think of, bar a few that you can think of, I've sparred. So I've learned how to look after myself. You've got to when you're doing all this sparring. I've fought some good fighters as well. I've never been on my backside as a pro. I was on my backside at 18 sparring, never again since. Learn to look after myself. You have a great stream you want, you get hit by these big men, you go. I've not been put over because I'm not getting it clean, and Price won't hit me clean either. You know, and that's how I feel about it. He won't hit me.
Obviously, Pricey had that win against Cash Ali back in March in Liverpool. It was a bit of a bizarre ending, that, wasn't it? Did you watch that?
Yeah, I was front row. Watching it, and I thought, this man here is there for the taking. My view watching at the time was, he's finished. He's finished. Cash Ali would have beat him if he wouldn't have beat him. That's my opinion. So therefore, I must smash David Price to bits if I want to get to where I want to go to, and that's the top and bottom of it. I could stay here and lie and say we're going to beat Cash Ali, and he's as good as he once was, and he's still got all that power. He's scared to let his right hand go, in my opinion. And if this winds up and he comes and has a go at me, even better. And if not, then all I'm doing is speaking facts.
So, in terms of beating David Price, you get through Pricey. Where'd you go then? Povetkin,
hopefully. We've mentioned the fight to yes, how you doing? Right. I mentioned the fight to Eddie. We want that fight if we beat Price. People will say I'm mad. I'm not really bothered. I'm not in boxing to do 6, 8 and 10 rounders plodding on. I want the biggest fights now. I boxed Lucas Brown. 3 days later, I'm agreeing to fight David Price in 12 rounder. That's what I'm about. I'm not about doing these little fights. I don't want them.
Are you past the point now of taking fights for taking fights' sake? Have you got more of a business head on you now?
Yeah, because I don't need these little fights. I don't need to be the opponent anymore. Beat Nick Webber, that put me as a home fighter against lower level fighters. I beat them. I've got the Brown fight. I've now beat him. I'm now the home fighter against David Price. If you'd have said that even 12 months ago, you'd laugh at it. Well, that's where the point we're at. You know, I beat David Price. I've become the home fighter again in an even bigger fight. My career is now in my own hands. If I keep winning, I will keep being the home fighter, and that's how I just got to keep winning. Everything's in my hands now. If I lose, that's on me. But until I lose, everything's in my hands, and everything I can. I'm not dictating to Eddie or anyone, but I can dictate you know, what I want to do with my career. I can say yes and no. I can't say, look, I want this now, but I can say, no, I'm not doing that because I don't need it. And that's a nice position to be in. And beat David Price, you know, we can sit down and hopefully, I want Povetkin. That's what I want, personally. So I think he's on the slide as well. Whether he's on the slide for me to beat him, I don't know, but we hope so.
You mentioned Joshua there before. You were talking about having sparred Joshua before. I take it you watched his defeat to Andy Ruiz. And what were your thoughts? Did something go wrong, or was Andy Ruiz just better than AJ on the night?
Yes. How you doing, mate? All right. I think on the night, obviously a lot of people watched my interviews after, and I said certain things. Certain things I stand by after watching it on the replay. Certain things I don't. The third round, Ruiz hit him when Joshua was trying to finish him, and he got caught with a left hook top of the ear. And after that, I don't think he knew where he was, to be honest. So therefore, Ruiz was the better man. And I don't think Joshua beats him in the rematch. I think Ruiz is all wrong for him. And if I was Joshua, I understand he has to take the rematch, but I wouldn't. I think he gets beat again. And then where does he go? And that's what I was saying. I think he should retire if he loses to Ruiz. Where does he go? What does he do? Box me? You don't want to box me. Why would he want to box me? It's a waste of his time, really, isn't it? All he's done. And what's he going to do? Box Dave Allen at the O2 on pay-per-view.
You box him at the O2 on pay-per-view, though, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I'd box him. I boxed him for a bag of chips just for opportunity. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them though. Where does he go? What does he do if he loses to Ruiz again? But that looks to be the fight, doesn't it? So I don't really care, to be honest. I don't really care about anyone's career but mine at the minute, and that's how I have to be. I've only realised this recently that, you know what, I've got to stop being so nice and stop being nice and lazy is what's holding me back. You know, I've got to care about myself.
You talk about having that selfish mentality, and that selfish mentality has stood you well since you've been with Darren.
It's because he's a selfish man, then. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying you've made the right decision for your own career to go to Darren and get into proper shape and take your career seriously for a change, if you like.
For a change, yeah. No, you know what? It's fair. Anything anyone ever says to me negatively, that is true. I say, you know what? You're absolutely correct. People can say you pissed away certain parts of your career, and I go, yeah, you're right. People can say you should have done this, you should have done that, and if they're right, I'll go, yeah. I will always admit to my mistakes. I've always been the same way, and I think, and that's why I'm doing better now, because I have gone down with Darren, and we're looking at things I do wrong. I can all my every time, anything I've ever done wrong, because yeah, I've done that wrong, yeah, and that's what's making me a better fighter. My realism is what's improving me. Alongside with Darren, we're being realistic, we're working on things, and we're getting better all the time. Fitness, weight loss, and all that's one thing. That's easy. I can do that in the gym. We've done that. We've got to get better as a fighter. If we really want to beat David Price. If I want to beat David Price July 20th, I've got to be better than I was April 20th. Be fitter, can be stronger, but I've got to not get hit as much. So I've got to improve as a boxer as well, and I believe that I am. But we'll see on the night.
And just finally, you've got Dillian top on the bill against Oscar Rivas. What sort of challenge do you reckon Oscar poses Dillian?
I think that's a really hard fight. I think Rivas is really good. You know, we're all raving about Joyce fighting Jennings. It's a great fight. It is. Rivas beat Jennings. Jennings is a top class fighter. Joyce and Jennings is a really good fight. I think Rivas is a really hard fight. And you've got to give credit to Dillian, because I wouldn't fight Oscar Rivas if I was in his position, you know, number one with the WBC. So you've got to take your hat off to him, really, because it's a risk. I think it's one he should win. I don't think Rivas is the biggest heavyweight in the world, so I think Dillian will win, but it's not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination, not at all.
Cheers, Dave.
Thank you very much.